All right, thank you.
I'll raise my hand if it does.
Yeah, we'll use the chat box. You've all found the chat box now. I am going to turn off your mics and your video cameras and just leave you with Nanette and I. Okay.
Great.
And the other person that comes in, maybe she'll be late. Whatever.
I'm thinking like 2:14.
Should all be muted now.
Yeah. I mean, this is when the guy originally bought it, when it was on the market.
There you go.
Okay, Nanette, are you? Yeah.
There you go.
Can everyone hear Nanette?
Can you hear me okay? Can everyone hear me okay? Good.
Yeah, okay. So we've got 1 minute. If you can bear with Nanette. Nanette, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go check and see if I can get Ken's hotspot. Be right back. But go ahead.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, good idea. One of the things that's going to happen at the end of our kind of presentation and interaction with you is that I'm going to throw it back to Christine. She's going to keep you all here in the Zoom webinar, and then I'm going to get on my iPhone and broadcast live from Facebook to you. So it's a new thing we're doing. What we used to do before is we'd kind of finish this part of the webinar, everyone would hang up, and then everyone would try to head over to the Facebook page, but it was so confusing and so trying to get everybody over there after you're done. So this is a new technology thing we're trying, and it's interesting. It's interesting because with Facebook Live, I actually have Erica and Kit, have you tried Facebook Live yet? Erica's saying no.
Okay.
Kit's thinking.
We haven't started yet. It's okay.
Turn off the Wi-Fi.
Oh wait, Kit's microphone is off. Yeah. So Kit, have you just say yes or no? Have you tried Facebook Live? Not sure? Okay. Well, it's tricky because there is a delay for safety reasons. So even though you're broadcasting live, Facebook has built in a little delay to try and catch something that's a little iffy, if there's anything iffy going on. So what's cool about the way we're doing it today is that you all are going to get to see the delay in action. Because what's going to happen is when you go live, and you're going to expect to see whoever it is kind of seeing you live, and you're wondering why no one's responding to you like right away, it's because there is that delay. And so sometimes for beginner Facebook Live people, it's a little off-putting, like how come no one's responding? You'll see the delay. I think it's like a second, maybe 2-second delay that they have built in. So you'll get to see that in person today, which is interesting when you are broadcasting live and you're trying to be dynamic and you're trying to be interactive and you're trying to have a conversation with people. It's a thing where you really learn how to say what you need to say and then be able to kind of pause a little second and see the little comments that come streaming up and kind of read those and talk at the same time. So it's an art, really. But it's not that hard to get once you get the hang of how the rhythm of Facebook Live goes. So you'll get to see that today, which is new from what we've done before, because it really befuddled a lot of people.
I think I just used my phone. So I walked around a first floor, stopped it, went upstairs, and then I posted it. So that makes it clear. I did not use the program. I mean, the live, Facebook Live.
Yeah. And
okay.
We'll talk about we'll talk about the different textures of pre-recorded, kind of like what you did, versus live. And because as Christine's going to show you, video is killing it. I mean, it's just unbelievable how people are clamoring for that kind of organic live experience where something might happen, and then they also want to have that pre-recorded, quick, tight video message. So you'll see the benefit of both and how both can actually work, not only in Facebook, but like in Instagram, because Instagram has a whole thing too now. So Christine, how you doing?
All right, well, I'm sticking with my Wi-Fi, and we're going to just pray that it hangs in there.
Okay.
We've been joined by Karen while I was fooling around there, and Karen should, we should be able to see her in a minute and hear her if she speaks.
Hi, Karen.
Karen there?
Hello.
Hello, Karen. We were just getting started when you dropped in, and so I have sent you a note saying, let us see you on video, but it's not at all required. And
No, yeah.
okay. If not, we'll.
I'm not ready. I'm not video ready this morning.
Understood. So I'm going to turn off all your cameras and all your mics, and you should be only able to see Nanette and I, and the other ones will join us by a chat box. So Karen, I want you to find the chat box that you should be able to see on your screen by scrolling, mousing over the top of your screen or at the bottom of your screen. And just drop me a chat box note if you have found it. And I'm turning you all off, okay? With due respect. Turning Nanette back on. No.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
I can hear Nanette, and I'm hoping that all of you can hear both of us.
Myself. Is that what you wanted?
Oh, I can
Is
hear
that, you didn't want that, did you?
Catherine. Oh, your mic is on. I'm going to mute you. Yep. Okay. So just type us notes here in the chat box just so I can see that you are still connected with us, if you would be so kind. And then we'll proceed. If only I could find the chat box myself. I have this trouble all the time because they do.
Good.
Okay, I see you, Karen. Yes, Catherine, Kit, Erica. Erica is masquerading as a person named Steve. Okay. All right, we're ready to roll here, Nanette, and I'm going to go really, really fast. I'm going to fly so that we can do the fun stuff that Nanette presents to you all. So thanks for joining us here. Karen, if you could type into the chat box what your business is and your interest here in video, that would be great because we all chatted about that before you got here. And I will continue. So today we're going to talk about video marketing and broadcasting, and I'm going to cover the part that is mainly the theory behind video marketing and some of the strategies you can employ. And then Nanette is going to give us some tips on equipment and how to go live. And then she's actually going to go live as we wrap up this webinar. Towards the end, she will be broadcasting through Facebook, which you'll be able to see through my computer, and it's going to be mind-boggling. So Karen says she's in charge of social media and marketing for a nonprofit. Yay! Type in the nonprofit if you feel comfortable. Okay, so that's what we're doing, and this is a reminder, all of this is being recorded, and I will send you a copy of that recording in video format by virtue of a link. Probably by tomorrow morning, you'll get a link from me that will lead you back to this webinar, and you can keep it and review it at any time after that. So at the end, like we say, we're going to broadcast through a Facebook page, and Nanette will be broadcasting live, and you'll be seeing it through this computer, this screen, just like you're seeing my slides now. Nanette, are we broadcasting through the Facebook alum group or?
Yeah, the Facebook alum group.
Okay, that just helped me get to the right place when the time comes.
Yeah, it's the one with the blue box in the middle.
Got it. Okay, so here's why we're here talking about video marketing today. The internet right now really wants you to show what you're doing, not to tell what you're doing. And that's a good rule of writing, and it's become the prevailing rule of internet marketing. Show people, don't tell them what you're doing, what you're selling, what you want them to do. And secondly, we're here because consumers, all consumers out there, have come to expect video. The internet can handle the video, the broadband can handle the video. The YouTube generation expects to see moving pictures, not still pictures. And that's why it works so well with engagement. When you want people to notice what you're doing, what your product or your service is, or what your business is all about, using video is just good strategy. So today, real quick, we're going to be talking about why to use video, the tools that you'll need, what to film, and then we'll move on to Nanette, who's going to talk about how to do it and how to use Facebook Live and a little bit more on equipment. So I want to place this assignment before you. Have this in mind as we go forward. If you haven't already done so for your business, you want to think about how would you create a commercial for your business? What would be in that commercial? Would it be you? Would it be the dogs? Would it be showing what you do? But think of it as a commercial and something that you could put on your website, on your Facebook page, or in your email marketing. So I'm just showing you a snapshot of commercials I have deep within my website about the types of things I do. There are little commercials, just me talking about what I do for a living. If you go there and look at them, I would redo them today because I was not very good at video at that point. It was 8 years ago, something like that. And I was moving too slowly. And guess what? People want you to move quickly. But I put that before you. Do a commercial for yourself. Now here's another reason why you want to be doing video. Not just that people expect it, but it's good for your business because viewers, readers are going to stick with the video content 100% longer than they would other types of content. That's what the data shows. We also know that if you're presenting information to your consumer or your customer via video, it's going to increase their chances of buying something from you by 97%, and their chances of remembering you by 139%. It just means they're going to remember you when it's time to give you money. And when it's time to learn what you're doing, they're going to remember you because they've seen you on video. So here's a little bit more about strategy, okay? About video marketing strategy. You want to think about doing videos that are going to get people to like you, and that should be pretty easy. You're going to do videos that helps people solve problems, like the dog groomer we have on this call, Erica. Help them solve their problems, whatever problems they're having, not dog groomer, excuse me, dog training, whatever problems they're having with the dogs, perhaps you can help them solve it through showing some videos. And furthermore, you're going to do either one of those two things on a consistent, predictable basis. What do I mean by that? It just means think about creating your own television show, a show that features not Howdy Doody here, showing my age, but something like, I heard you laugh there, Nanette. Showing people a television show, essentially, of what you do and what your services are, and doing that regularly so that people can come to look forward to the fact that, well, every Tuesday, Erica's going to be broadcasting. That's something to strive for in the long run. All right, the equipment you need to do this is pretty much it. A smartphone. A smartphone equipped with a camera is high enough quality for what we're talking about here. Nanette has a couple of other tips on that, but know that if you've got one of these, you're already 60% of the way towards having the equipment, 80% of the way towards having the equipment. That's pretty much it. Stay tuned for more from Nanette on there. And again, just a reminder, as I'm talking and as Nanette is talking, think about how you would produce a video for your business or services. Other than that commercial that you're going to do, know that, here's what we know about the internet. People love videos that demonstrate something, right? You've seen these sped up recipe demonstrations on Facebook, or just showing people how to do something. It's the #1 favorite type of content that people go to all the time. To the extent that you can demonstrate something or explain something in a step-by-step tutorial, that's a great way to do it. A great type of content to put before people. So keep that in mind. Demonstrate something. Secondly, tell the stories that are going to inspire people. So if you've got a nonprofit that you help with, or something that has happened within a favorite nonprofit of yours, or if you've done something for the community, or something really awesome has happened in your business, tell that story on video. Here's some other things you can do with video, the type of content you can put on video. Educate your audience. Just explain something that they need to know, something related to your business. Answer the common questions you get within your business. If you get people always calling you on the phone or walking in your office going, how do I do da-da-da? Or what is it that you mean when you say you do this type of service? Take those common questions that you're getting and answer them in a video format. Another great way to do a video would be to interview somebody, either your prize customer or somebody, a vendor or a supplier, someone associated with your business, or again, back to that nonprofit option, somebody who did something amazing in your community. That'd be a great interview to have on your business page. Use video. This is sort of a no-brainer, but use video to record an event. That would be a great use of video. And use video to broadcast live from an event. And that's what we're going to cover a little later in the webinar. Okay. Hopefully, again, as we go forward here, if you have questions, type them in the chat box. Erica asked a question about GoPro
Yes.
camera. So just type it in the chat box, and either Nanette or I will try to answer as we go forward here. Finally, the best thing you can do with video is to tell a story. And Nanette's going to talk more about storytelling as we go. All right, Nanette is laughing because this is a new slide of mine. She hasn't seen this yet, but to the extent that you can include something really fun or something really cute in your videos, do it. Figure out a way to build that into your business. Be cute, be funny. Erica, the dog trainer, shouldn't have a problem finding cute things, right? But all of you should be able to do this. Karen and Kit, for sure. So do something fun. Before you're going to turn on the camera, you're going to decide in your head, what is the goal of this video I'm about to record? What am I trying to accomplish? And have one goal, not a billion goals, one at a time. And then, secondly, think about that video you're about to record as something that's going to spark a conversation with people watching. When they hang up or when they stop watching your video, they're going to turn to somebody and go, hey, did you know this? Or, hey, I want to tell you about something I saw today. Think about that video of yours sparking a conversation. All right. And furthermore, here's my favorite monkey. Anytime you put up a video or create a video, you want to think about eliciting an emotional response. Maybe not terror or whatever this monkey is doing, but an emotional response. What kind of feeling do you want the viewers to walk away with after they've watched the video you've just produced? Is it they're going to be inspired? Are they going to be happy, sad? Are they going to be motivated to do something? Think about what is the emotional driver behind the video you're about to shoot. All right, some best practices in shooting video. You need to grab the viewer instantly. Like, do not waste 1 second of that early video time. You have to do that, you can do it by opening with a question or something that's really astonishing. And this is because the attention spans we have these days are tiny and deteriorating on a daily basis. Has that happened to you? It's happened to me. We've got 2 to 8 seconds to grab people's attention. Your average goldfish has an attention span of 10 seconds, okay? Goldfish are not your audience, people are. So if you can open with a question, if you can do your video in under a minute, that's good. Under 30 seconds is better, and 15 seconds is best. That's tough. But being short can inspire creativity. It's why haiku was created. Haiku is short, and it forces a creative response to that short video that you're going to create. So I just want to tell you something that happened to me yesterday. Twice it happened to me yesterday. I was scrolling through video on Facebook and saw a woman who was pulling a line that was in a fishing hole, ice fishing. And the caption or the lead up to this said, "You won't believe what she's pulling out of that hole." And she pulls and she pulls, and the pulling part goes on forever. Okay? I was 8 seconds into it going, she could be pulling a giraffe out of there. I wouldn't care because it was taking too long. It was taking too long. It was just instructional for me and how devastated my attention span is, and think of everyone else out there in the world is the same problem. There was another video yesterday because of all the snow. It was a video of somebody jumping into a giant snowdrift, 6 feet high or something, off a ladder. She jumped in, and what was showing was the top of her head after she jumped in, and that top of her head never moved, but the video kept going, and she might have been dead. I don't know. And I just looked at it and said, I don't know if I care. I can't hang around long enough to find out if she's not dead. I assumed she wasn't dead. That was the point of the video, but it went on too long, just the showing of her head. It was astonishing. Anyway, my message there is keep it short.
Yeah.
As you're starting out, you're going to say, well, how am I going to edit? How am I going to make what I shot shorter if it's a pre-recorded video as opposed to the live that Nanette's going to talk about later? know that built into your Mac is an editing program, and built into your PC desktop is an editing program. On Mac, it's called iMovie, and on Windows, it's Windows Movie Maker. Okay, so and there, besides those two main editing programs, know that there are dozens of apps made for the phone now where you can do pretty rudimentary editing, and it's getting more sophisticated as it goes. YouTube itself has some editing built in. It's kind of clunky, we hate it, but it's there. And then finally, what are you going to do with these videos once you've shot them? Know that Facebook wants you to upload them directly to your Facebook page, not brought over from YouTube. So it's easy if you've done this. You can upload a video to YouTube, and you should, a video that you've shot. By virtue of uploading to YouTube, you've now got a channel there, and that video is going to live there forever. It's easy to grab a link to that video and put it over on your Facebook page, and it'll populate correctly, format correctly on your Facebook page. People will be able to see it and click over to it, but don't do that. Do not do that. Instead, upload that video directly to Facebook, and here's why. Google owns YouTube, and Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook, and they're having a schoolyard fight. Now, they are trying to beat each other up in the video category, and so Facebook's algorithm will punish you if you use YouTube first and bring it over there. I mean that literally. Your stuff will not be delivered as high up in the news feed if you bring it over from YouTube. So upload directly from Facebook to get your videos to the Facebook audience. Know that if you're stuck you just need a video to show certain type of graphic, know that there are places where you can buy stock, copyright-free, you can buy or find copyright-free stock videos that you can use to help you create some. There's all sorts of sites for that. Here's one called Video Blocks. No, there are bunches of others out there that'll provide you clips of you need a moving mountain stream, you can do a search for moving mountain stream, and it's an easy way to get some video created. So know that a collection of still photographs can easily be turned into a moving picture. Both of those editing programs I mentioned will enable you to do that. YouTube will enable you to do that. And actually Facebook itself has a feature where you can take still photos and tell it to move as if it's a video. That all counts in terms of gaining attention and grabbing people's attention. Erica is pointing out you can get iMovie on your phone too. That's excellent. And I just recently made a movie on my phone that way. Erica, you are advanced video users. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yep. Nanette, have you done the iMovie app?
Yeah, I have. And it's very good. It's very, very good. I've used it when I've been on the road because I have my nice big desktop screen that I like to do really quick clips, but it's fantastic on your phone. And I've used it on my iPad as well. It's really, I think I would say in order of what I like to use the iMovie app, I love the desktop, but I would say I like my iPad. It's a little bigger. You can get finer editing, but the phone is really, really good.
This is good to know. I haven't been able to do that yet because my phone is full of apps. But thank you, Erica. And Erica, drop us a note there and tell us what kind of videos you've been producing. That would be awesome. So just a little bit more, and I'm going to pass this off to Nanette in a second. Also, once you shoot a video, and Nanette and I are wonders at this, repurpose it. Cut it up, chop it up, sew it together with some other videos, and just reuse it any way you can. Use it in your email marketing, on your website, over on Instagram, on your LinkedIn account, whatever works for you, but don't just shoot it once and use it once. Think of it as multi-purpose, and repackage it to the extent that you can. And know that if any of you are into Facebook advertising, there's a feature where you can have an ad that is a video, and people really respond to those ads, so I encourage you to think about doing that. All right, so some resources that Nanette and I learned from on video marketing. This is the chief one. Her name is Kim Garst. She's a guru in all things social media, but we recommend her in terms of, she's always posting about whatever's the latest thing on Facebook, etc. And then a good resource is my friend Nanette, who I'm going to pass you off to in a second. Anybody, or as I'm passing off, type into the chat box any questions that have come up for you as I've been talking. I know I've been moving really fast, and we're going to continue to go fast. Nanette, I'm making you the host.
Okay.
I hope. Yep.
Okay, let me see here.
Should be allowed to grab the mic from me.
You are the host. Okay, and then I want to share my screen. Share. Okay, continue.
And Nanette was saying Kim Garst is way ahead of the trend, so whatever she's talking about is not
Yeah.
yet happening.
Yep.
Erica, that's awesome that you're doing training demonstrations with your videos. All right, you should be able to see Nanette's screen now. I'm seeing it. And while she's doing that, we're gonna, when she's done here, yeah, when she's done here, we're gonna pass it back to me, and then you'll be seeing her live. Go for it, Nanette.
All right, so we're going to talk about the main 4 ways that you will probably use. Facebook Live is a live feature which gives you a certain texture of video. Instagram gives you several choices besides the pictures that we're all used to scrolling through. There's something called Instagram Stories that is fantastic and is dominating now on Instagram, as well as something called IGTV, which is very new. But what we're going to talk about today is Instagram Stories. So those and the little white square with the blue bubble with the lightning bolt, that's Facebook Messenger. So all 3 of those are owned and run by Facebook. So you're going to see how you can use video in those 3 ways that are all owned by one company. And then we're going to look at YouTube, like we talked about, which is owned by Google and which is in a very powerful battle to try and win the battle of video, which is like amazing to watch. And Christine and I have kept our eyes on it for several years, and YouTube is really doing well. So in any video, whether you're live, whether you're pre-recorded, anything like that, everybody loves a good story. You have to have a reason why you are asking folks to watch you. So you have to make sure you have a clear goal in your mind. Why am I going on video? And the best thing to do is to start with a story. And I was helping one of the ladies at the gym who had to speak publicly, and she knew it was going to be videotaped, and she was really nervous. And I said, just tell a story. What is a story about you when you were a kid doing exercise? And she thought of a story. She did her presentation last night at the Wellness Center, and I saw her this morning, and she said, you know what? I was the only one out of all the speakers that started with a story. She said, they were with me from the minute I started. And so everybody loves a good story. It can be short, but really effective to get people's attention. When you are on camera, you have to be physical. And that means you just don't stand there like that. It means you have to be alive. You use your hands. You'll have to figure out how you're going to use your hands. That's a tough thing to kind of figure out. But be physical when you're speaking, when you're on camera, because you are projecting yourself through this little tiny lens. Whatever your story is, keep it taut. So that little opening story you're going to give folks, keep it taut, keep it short. Whatever your overall story is for your video, whether it's live or pre-recorded, make sure, again, you have a clear reason why you are asking folks to watch you at that particular moment. And have a really strong opening line. So when they see you live, I can't believe that I'm sitting outside of the gym getting ready to have my 4th workout today. Or whatever. You're going to have a strong opening line to get them to either laugh and get their attention. After you finish your live, or after you finish posting your pre-recorded video, this is your mantra: replay is gold, replay is gold, replay is gold. Because you might go live, and you'll see when I go live, there's a little number counter at the top of your Facebook Live screen where you can see how many people are watching you. So you've built up to your first live, you've got everyone pumped, and then you go live, and there's only one person on there, and it's your coworker. So don't despair. Just understand that your video is going to replay on that Facebook feed. It's going to replay and replay and replay. And before you know it, your video that you did that had one person watching, within 24 hours will have 150. If you pay to boost that video, you can have within 48 hours 2,000 plus people, and I'm not exaggerating the numbers, that's the real numbers. You can have 2,000 plus people have seen your video. So replay is gold, make it count. Then once you've done your Facebook Live, for example, or your IG Stories video, you have the option to save it onto your desktop and onto your phone so you can repurpose and reuse it. The way that you do this is in a handout that we're going to give you after this. So the way that you do this is in a handout we're going to give you after this, but save it to your phone or your desktop. The tools are embarrassingly basic. Back in the day when Christina and I started, you had to buy the flip phone and you had to do all this crazy stuff. Now it's just your phone. Basically, a desktop tripod, which when you go into the alumni group, you will see. And if you want to get really fancy, you can have one of those floor tripods with an iClip. Again, I'll show you on our Facebook page when we head over there. And a small light. Like even now, I'm not even using anything. I'm using just natural light. But sometimes you might want to have, if you're doing something in your office that isn't really well lit, you can have a little light. Again, I'll put those in the Facebook group that will help you. And then a microphone. For you, Erica, if you're doing some work with the dogs outside, you probably would want to have either one of those little microphones that that clip into the bottom of your phone, and then they literally look like a microphone kind of standing out of the phone like that. So that way it will pick up your voice outside. But there's ways you can do that really effectively if you want to work with the dogs outside, and we can talk specifically about that to help you take the doggies out and do some filming. Mental prep, very important. You have to have something to say. Don't just say the worst thing that I hear when people go live on Facebook is, I just thought I'd hop on here and see what you all are up to. You know, I would avoid that. I would just completely avoid that. Have a clear intention of what it is you are asking people to watch you for the minute you get on camera. And then get excited. It's showbiz. It is show business. Lights, camera, action. You are going to be you. You're not going to become somebody else. You're not going to transform into somebody else. But you have to channel the energy, again, into that little tiny thing there. You're going to be channeling your personality and your energy into that. And that takes work. So by the time you're done with your Facebook Live, you should feel pretty darn tired because you just did a little performance. Before any good performance, you have to get all your meditative duckies in a row. So before you start, just sit quietly. Sit quietly. You have to have your water at hand, right? So because inevitably, right, when you go on camera, you have to start coughing or whatever, but just have your water nearby. Just sit quietly, get yourself ready to do your mini video show. This is vital. Makeup, whatever your form of makeup is, don't feel like you have to go, you know, all RuPaul or anything like that. Just natural makeup that will help enhance your natural features. Think about the clothing. It's always interesting to see what folks wear online. Christine is always wearing blue. I'm wearing a turtleneck today. And you have to have, you know, your bling, so your little earrings here, which is always helpful. Yep, Christine's got her bling on there. Just a little something to sparkle things up a little bit. Then think about your lighting. Right now, like I said, I'm dealing with natural lighting. To this way, there is a window. Okay, I'm going to open the curtain just so you can see the lighting. So you can see when I open the curtain how it's this bright on this side and it's dark. Now, if I close the curtain, that balances it out. The second thing you want to notice is behind my head is a window, which doesn't have a curtain. So what I actually did was I planted myself right here. And so I have a little bit of light behind me and it looks nice and balanced as much as possible. Pay attention to that. Camera angle, and again, this is another one where I'm going to make my hands wiggle like jazz hands. When you are filming and live, never, ever, ever talk down to your audience. Never, ever, ever, ever do that. And also, Never look up because no one wants to stare at your chin. So
No.
part of what you want to do is just find a natural, comfy way where you can look at them like you are speaking directly to them. You have to have some kind of notes. I've got my little notes right here of what I want to say. Actually, I have two. Christine does too. And I've got them right below here just so I remember certain little things. I haven't memorized anything. I have not memorized anything, but I got my notes and I know exactly what I'm going to cover. So make sure you have your notes taped to the bottom of your phone, somewhere where you can see the bullet points of what it is you are conveying to your folks. Think of your backdrop. I have this cloth here, and then I have a little bit of greenery there. So that's just a conscious thing that I have going on. Very simple. Even the cloth is just kind of hung haphazardly. Christine has just a basic room behind her, but there's no dirty laundry.
No dirty laundry.
or anything like that behind her. There's no dishes in the kitchen sink. Just be conscious of what is behind you. You can get really fancy and make fancy backdrops, but this is pretty simple and it's colorful, you know. You have to warm up your voice before you're going to speak. And when you get the bundle that we're going to send to you, I have a great section on warming up your voice. And I'm not going to go into it right now, but it's a lot of fun. But you have to get your voice ready, your lips, your teeth, the tip of your tongue ready to speak to people. Again, so you're engaging. And smile before thank you. Smile before the camera starts. Again, you know, so you're not caught off guard. Before you hit play, hi, I'm so glad to see everybody today. I have a great thing to tell you, you know, blah, blah, blah. So you're ready before the camera goes on. So I want to show you some examples of some videos I've done. This is an old reaching back into the vaults, Christine, a Facebook Live 30-second promo for, I think this was for my video blog. And my audience on Facebook is predominantly, actually it's predominantly women between the ages of 45 and 70. So when I made this little Facebook promo thing, I knew who I was talking to. And I knew that I had to wear what I'm wearing. I knew I had to have my little setup here. So I'll just show you a little 30-second promo aimed at women in that age range. Let's see if I can get it to play. Oh. There we go. Hopefully we can, oops. Oh no, go back. Oh, darn it. Darn it. Let's see if this works this time. This is the Christine I always have issues with. We'll give it another try. There we go.
There.
What's going on? It's Nanette here up in the attic room in Greenfield, New Hampshire. I want to let you know something really cool. I have an audio blog on my website, NanettePerrott.com. It's a new feature, and I think you're going to dig it. It's going to be just short, really positive thoughts for all you creative types to get you up and going and creative. So please go check it out, NanettePerrott.com, and you can download it even. So I hope you love it, and let me know what you think. I hope everyone's doing well, and I will see you soon. Bye.
So it's really simple Target shirt. The microphone is a prop. It's not even on. I have very light makeup. It's just a quick thing to get the ladies over to my video blog. I have a children's audiobook, an ebook that has just been released called Ella Jane, the Jazzy Cat, and Ella Fitzgerald Fable. So you can buy it too. I pre-recorded and edited a 30-second promo short, which I have been using on Facebook, that group I told you about, Instagram, which my age range on Instagram is women and men between the ages of 20 and 40. So I've been using that, as well as on the e-commerce sites where I'm selling the ebook. Let's see if this works.
Hi everyone, I'm Nanette Perrott, the author of Ella Jane the Jazzy Cat and Ella Fitzgerald Fable. I am proud to bring you this bundle of not only a great audiobook, a great ebook, there's also arts integrated activities and a sing-along song perfect for kids ages 4 to 10. I hope everyone enjoys singing along with the song and following along with the great Ella Jane the Jazzy Cat and Ella Fitzgerald Fable. I'm Nanette Perrott. Thank you so much. Ella Jane the Jazzy Cat.
So that was me going fancy. There was, again, you can see I'm looking up I'm looking up at my audience, and I have just a really basic little shirt on. I've got it 2 camera angles. One is a full body one, and then the other one is where I'm a little bit closer. And then in the background, I have a little soundtrack that goes with the audiobook going, a 30-second commercial, if you will. This is Instagram stories. Now, this is so interesting. This Instagram stories has been revolutionary for me and for a lot of people. And they're very short clips that you put on your Instagram to create a particular story. And what it is, let me see if I can do it from here, if I can show you from here. Here's my Instagram page. Serena Williams carrying her baby. So normally when you post on Instagram, you tap this little plus sign here. But if you go up here at the top, you see these little bubbles. These are all the Instagram stories, and that's me right there. So the way that you do it is there's a video also on your Facebook page, on our Facebook page. You tap it, and it gives you the ability to film a bunch of very short little clips. And I want to show you how they look. They mold together, as you're going to see, but this gets far more views than good old all the posts that you see up and down here. That little story gets tremendous amounts of views because they're short and clippy. So this is again aimed at 20-year-old-ish type of people. If I can get it to play, there we go.
Instagram, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Hello. I'm going to show you what I'm making for my snack today. I think I can do it with the phone. We'll see. 3 ingredients. Hummus. I bought it at the store. Okay, it's lemon hummus.
Just demonstrating something.
You guessed it. Tahini. Did I make it?
Tabbouleh.
No, store-bought, guys. 3rd ingredient. Chinese cabbage. Cheap, beautiful, kind of like me.
Oh.
Hang on, let's see if I can do this. Okay, hummus into the...
So there, I'm holding the camera with one hand.
I made it. OMG. Then you spread it out. See, spread pretty, because the tahini will fall out if you don't put this first. So
Next.
that's the first step.
Next
And
clip.
of course, tahini right in there. I'm gonna do a few of these. I'm doing this left-handed, I want to point out. Amazing.
Next clip.
Here's your cute little...
So you can see that it's almost like a little blip as it goes from one thing to the next. And it's an illustration of me demonstrating how to do something. That one, which was done probably over a year ago, is probably the most popular one I've done. And I would love to do another cooking one, but showing people how to do something tremendous on Instagram stories for that age group.
Nanette, one moment. Erica, are you seeing the screen? Is all okay? You said you weren't seeing something that Nanette was doing. Type it in the chat box if you're good. Okay, Erica did. As you were, Nanette.
Okay, yeah. Now this one, you have to just be sure you're not being creepy with this one, because I got to be honest with you. For example, you will have something coming up, like this webinar, for example, okay? And you know that, I know that Erica really would benefit, for example, from having this webinar. So I would send to Erica these short little personal video clips talking directly to her as to why I think this would benefit her. They only let you do 13-second clips, and you can't download them. That's why I didn't download them. But I was speaking directly to this person about this webinar way back last year, and she loved it. She loved that I gave her a direct comment about how this could apply to her, and she signed up, and she actually answered me with a video message like this. So just be sure if you use this that you pretty much know that person, because I've gotten videos, ads, and I don't open them because I don't know who they are and what they are. But if they know me and I know them, and that's the value of social media. Know, like, and trust. And your email. That if you do send, like I sent this person, these 3 little messages, they love it. And it's the truth. It's honestly, I loved this lady just to join us, and she did. So Facebook video messaging, excellent. And it's a strong, powerful tool, but just don't get weird about it because it can get a little weird. Let's talk a bit about YouTube. And YouTube is excellent for longer video format. So we've spent the whole time kind of saying, oh, keep it short, keep it short, keep it short, blah, blah, blah. YouTube is thriving on longer length videos. So if you wanted to do something for 45 minutes, that's your place to do it. You can choose to do a 45-minute presentation, load it into iMovie, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it down, and then take a little digestible nibble and then put it on Facebook if that's the way you want to do it. If that's the way you want to do it and you don't mind, you know, just loading this big thing onto Facebook that way. The other interesting thing about YouTube now is they're offering us the opportunity to do a series. So you basically can have a TV series. You basically can have your own TV show. And that's for everybody. It's not just for anybody. And people are dining out on that. It is, YouTube series is like how popular podcasts are right now. It's just that kind of a thing. All of those big podcasters that spent the time just behind the microphone, they're all, Pat Flynn, all of them are all jumping onto doing these YouTube series similar to like podcasts, where it's just this continuing theme that they have and folks get to watch them. That is now the hot thing. And it's up and coming, I think. It's like 2019, 2020 is when they're calling that podcasts are going to be kind of usurped by these video cast type of things. So you can see my basic page, and you see I have my Ella Jane the Jazzy Cat ebook there. They let you put a feature video on there, so everyone that goes on to there will see that first, and then I have all the uploads in the bottom there. People can see as much as they want on that. So I would highly advise you to look at YouTube, study it, and see how you can use that blogging podcast, video podcast type of thing. You can also, and this is what Christina and I have done, and hopefully this will run correctly, make a testimonial slideshow with your Facebook group videos.
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in
Basic language put on the screen.
Hello, my name is Maria Crowley. I am a Beachbody coach. I'm a visual learner. I knew I would do better if I could find a place to do it. And this happened to come up. It was even better than I could have imagined because there was a lot of do's and don'ts that we went over, and I was doing a whole lot of don'ts. Nanette and Christine are very real people. They were totally relatable. They made it fun, and we did a lot of testing and examples of on different platforms and Facebook in general. They broke everything down. I was able to take some notes, but doing things was what was helpful for me. Actually going through the motions and having all of us do a live video, it was really, really helpful.
Hi, I'm Ray Beth. I direct Two Rivers Community Choir and Voicing's Adventure Singing Camps. And I took, I think, an online version of
Like you.
the video marketing class. It was amazing. Number one, I loved that I got to sit at my kitchen table. But I also realized that the only thing holding me back from video was fear of the unknown. And as soon as I started to make recordings, oh my gosh, they got absolute instant results. I had to really struggle a little bit with lighting or with my own perfectionism and wanting to get things right immediately. And so there were many more takes than I had envisioned. But I also have experimented with live a little more and more, but I actually feel like a total pro, and I never would have had that confidence if I hadn't taken this workshop.
Hi, my name is Ruth Clark, and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. My business is Smart Nutrition, and I actually recently was able to take the video course.
So you can see that it is so beautiful to have real people giving their real stories about whatever it is your product is. That was, it's so interesting, Chris, to look back at that. I would edit that way down even quicker now because that's like a 2-minute plus video. I would slice that up even more. But,
Going on too long, yeah.
Yeah, that's like over 2 minutes, you know, and that seems to me like, wow, that's really long. So I would cut that up even more. But again, just a little fun piece of music in there. That was all done in iMovie. Erica asked, I know they're fighting, but is YouTube series info shareable on Facebook? Yeah, and so what I would do, if you know that you're building your primary audience, and Christine, you could chime in yay or nay on this, is going to be on YouTube, that you want this series to be on YouTube, then load it into YouTube first. And then you can make little mini commercials. You can then take that video, put it into iMovie or whatever's you use, slice it up into little 30-second bits and promote it on Facebook. I think that would be a native video. Don't you think, Christine, that Facebook would take?
Yes, I do think so. They would treat it better.
Yeah, as opposed to you just putting a link from YouTube onto your Facebook page.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. So I think that's a brilliant marketing thing you could try. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very dynamic using video, and this is our latest 60-second short commercial that Christine and I did. Here's the story behind this.
Editing by Nanette.
Editing by, and I'm by no means a pro. I've gotten to be pretty good at it. We filmed this video, original video, I would say about 6 to 9 months ago for our bundle, which you all are going to get.
Yep. And
we realized after we had planned it and filmed it and done all this nice editing that we never said what our names were. So we just expected that everyone was going to know who we were. And so we realized we had to go back and film the beginning of it a little bit, and then the other thing was we filmed it and we thought, okay, it doesn't really show why we're different. Why are Christine and I different than other people that are, you know, trying to help people get good on video? And this is what we came up with.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Halverson.
And I'm Nanette Parat.
We are the Video Marketing Mavens. I've been doing social media marketing for businesses for 15 years. There came a time when I realized I didn't know it all, and I also needed to jazz it up a little bit.
I'm a jazz singer. I love the camera. I love the stage. I love the bling. I love the makeup. My job when we work with you is to make sure that you shine naturally in your best way, but you also do have a bit of showbiz and jazzy bliss. Social media is
So this is the one we first filmed. It's a different backdrop. You probably wouldn't notice if I didn't tell you.
Ready to film, ready to get into action.
Our bundle is going to help you gain the confidence and presence you need to communicate your message on camera.
The link to purchase is below. We will see you on camera.
So it's, you know, had I not pointed out that it was 2 different times that we filmed it, you probably wouldn't have noticed that. But it's super fun, and it highlights why we are different. Why are you different? You're different because you're you. We all know that. We love you. You're wonderful. But you got to sell that. Why is Kit your realtor? You know, why is Erica the person to train your dog? Why is Karen the person in her nonprofit that you want to work with? So let's go live. Are there any other questions before I turn it back over to Chris?
How do you get the names onto the film built into iMovie?
It's built into iMovie. When you go into your iMovie editing thing, it'll say, if you look at the top, it'll say, it's like media titles. And then just click on titles. I use the centered one just because I'm old school, and I just, there's all kinds of things you can fade in and out, but I just like black screen with white letters, you know, Star Wars. Actually, they have a Star Wars one that goes like that.
They totally do. They do. Absolutely. Nanette, I think you've done this more than I have, but when you do Facebook uploads to, video uploads to Facebook, Facebook has a feature right where you can press the button and it'll create captions to what you're saying. Am I remembering that?
Oh my gosh, yes. And y'all, subtitles.
Subtitles, that's the word. Or
use that. Yes, 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 yes. So by all means use that, and here's why. So when you'll see when you load your video into Facebook, it will, you know, give you like a little editing feature. Click on the editing feature and it'll say Do you want closed captioning? Closed captioning is what it's called. Say yes, and they'll give you an option. It'll auto generate it for you through the magic of computers. It will auto generate it, and then you just have to go back in and just type in the correct words, because it'll like Christine Halverson comes up like sail a ship to Norway or something like that.
It has trouble with names, but other than that, it's really good.
And here's the reason why, because if you have captions on your video, because everyone's watching looking like this. And so unless you're like coming on camera, you know, with a dancing cat or something, people are just going to scroll right by you. But if you have that first line that you're going to say coming up, they're going to stop, you know, and they're going to stop because they see an interesting first line. I've done that. And then the new trend now is literally before people to get your attention as you're scrolling through, you'll see them like talking like a nutritionist talking from under the table, buried in vegetables, you know, there's all kinds of crazy ways that they're trying to get your attention. But yes, subtitles, absolutely. Closed captions.
I think it's an amazing feature, and the data shows that people quite often watch with those captions on and the sound off because they're doing it in the middle of the night or at work or something like that.
So Erica has a question too. With a testimonial video, would it work equally with written testimonials rather than spoken clips? Less text is best.
Yep. I mean, written testimonials turned into a moving picture might be an okay thing to do, but what we know about brain activity, our brains, is we respond to human faces. So every time you can use a human face, that's always better. But if you can intersperse some faces with your text, that would be best.
What we did for one of our ads for this webinar was we put an image we had made on Canva, and then I took like 5 of our testimonial lines and just pasted it below there and put it in an email, and that worked beautifully. That was a really nice way to do it too. Yeah. Oh, good, Christine. Canva.com. Everyone should have Canva.com to edit pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So the more you do this video shooting and editing, the more ideas you're going to have a mile a minute once you get used to the tools and all that. So there's always 8,000 different ways you can do something, but know that people love faces. Kit is asking, used for postcards. Oh, she uses Canva for postcards. It's a wonderful tool. Go there. I think we're ready to have Nanette go live.
Yep. I'm going to stop my sharing and turn it back over to you, Christine. Is that what I do?
Yes. And when you do that, I'll be telling them how we're going to do it, what we're doing again. And there'll be a little delay from Nanette's part, but you'll be able to hear and see what I'm doing on my screen.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to hop on Facebook. Oops. Oop, did I lose you?
No, I'm still here,
Okay.
but I don't think I'm the host. No, maybe I am.
How do I make you the host?
I am the host. I am the host,
Okay.
I believe.
So can they see your screen? There we go. Okay.
That's my screen. Everybody's seeing my screen, right? I'm going to also unmute everybody for a moment just so they can talk to me.
I'm hopping on Facebook.
Yep, go for it. Go. Somehow I'm not able to unmute everybody. So if you can hear me,
Hi,
yes, talk, speak to me.
Kit.
Good. Kit is there. Karen, I'm having trouble with a microphone for you. Maybe you don't have it turned on. Nope.
I'm there.
Yay, everybody. Kit is there. Karen's there. Erica.
Yep.
Okay. Let's have you talk to me while I'm shifting gears here. What I have to do, so what Nanette is doing while we're fooling around here is she's going to our Facebook group, a group that we created quite a while ago now, and she's going to be broadcasting from that. So I have to get there on Facebook, which you're going to see a lot of weird things happening on your screen as I get there. Are you all seeing now my Facebook?
Yes.
Yes.
Right at the moment showing something at the Park Theater in Jaffrey. All right, so I'm going to my groups area of Facebook. And here are a bunch of groups that I belong to and ones that we created. And
That one, yeah.
yep. Oh, and Nanette is seeing me. She's back.
I have this weird thing where I'm live on Facebook, but I'm looking at you here too. It's very weird.
So everybody,
So I'm gonna go live. Okay, so give me a second.
yeah, I'm in the right group, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're cool.
So you will see me scroll back and forth here. I'm doing that on purpose so that I'm telling Facebook I'm here, and I'm telling this group that I'm here, and pretty soon it's gonna.
So I'm live on there. You should be able to maybe refresh the screen and I'll pop up. Hi, everybody. So I'm talking to our alumni group from my studio here in Greenfield. See if I pop up in a second. So everyone, we're welcoming some new students on here, and they are getting to see me live, and they're getting to see how the delay works. I wonder if that's your internet connection. Try and refresh that screen again. Just that, hit that.
I'm sorry.
See if that does anything.
That is the.
Yeah, it looks really slow. It's the southern slow internet. Everything's slower down south.
I am broadcasting from Savannah, people. So
there I am. There's my head.
Okay, now
to see how the delay works.
Can you see?
If that's your.
Yep.
There I am. There's my head. Yeah, so basically that's how it will look. And if you look at the screen, you can see how there's that little red live button that lets everyone know that you're live. And then that eyeball with the number 1 means that there's one person watching, which is basically Christine. And then that little red live button that lets everyone know that you're live. And then that eyeball with the number 1 means there's one person watching, which is basically Christine.
Yeah.
And then
this eyeball.
Yep.
And then also when Christine wants to react to something, so she can hit her little heart sign, and then you'll see in a second the little heart bubble come across the screen. So that way people can interact with you. Little heart sign, and then I'll see. Oh, now she's laughing at me. That's the little heart bubble come across. Actually, you know, it's interesting. The hearts and the likes don't show up on that screen, but they show up on my phone screen. Now she's laughing. And then if Christine types a comment in there, you all can see how it comes up. So, you know, you're talking. And then the hope is that folks, if you ask them a question, you know, like, how is the food in Savannah? So, you know, you're talking. And then the hope is that folks, if you ask them a question, you know, like, how is the food in Savannah? Oh, tripod. You know.
So Kit's here with a question.
So I'm not using a tripod. I'm actually holding it in my hand, which is making it a little jiggly. But I want to show everybody the coolest thing you can possibly do on live video. And it's called the walk and talk. I'm going to stand up, and you'll notice as I'm walking, I'm not going to have the camera down here. Doesn't look bad, but I actually want to keep looking up at my audience. I'm going to walk. I'm going to stand up, and you'll notice as I'm walking, I'm not going to have the camera down here. Doesn't look bad, but I actually want to keep looking up at my audience. And I'm going to walk through my house, trying not to jiggle too much because you don't want to make everybody dizzy. And so if you're showing a house, you can walk them through as you're talking. And I'm actually going to go down the stairs. That's how good I am at this right now. I'm going to go down the stairs because I want to check on my dogs and make sure that they are okay. But say, for example, you're walking somebody through the house and you want to show them a bit about the house that you're trying to sell. This is a great way to do it. So for example, one of the features in my house is, I'm going to turn it around so you can see it here. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see it. Oh, first you got to say hello to one dog. Oh, let me turn it around here. So you can just see the cute little doggy. This is my Catahoula rescue here. But I also want to show you the cool feature of my house, these beautiful wood
ceiling beams that we have. And then there's also these ones in the corner that have a certain name, which I'm sure the realtors know. I don't quite know what they are. But you can show them that. And, you know, living here in Greenfield is so peaceful and so wonderful. And wouldn't you love to live here, too, in the beauty of New Hampshire and enjoy that? So you notice as I'm walking, I have the camera up a little bit, and I am talking directly to my audience here. And this other part of the house, and this dog is so beautiful. Wouldn't you want to adopt her for your own? Because she is the sweetest little thing, even when she's asleep. Oh, this is Eve. She's so beautiful. And wouldn't you love to have her at home with you? Because she is the sweetest, giant, fluffy dog with her. Oh, the good stretch for the camera. Good, exactly.
Oh, you woke her
you
up.
all can see also that we have people that are joining us here from the Facebook alumni group. Hi, Ellen. We have some new students on here today. So I'm showing them how to do a walk and talk. And Ellen, who's on here now, won our 5-day challenge.
Turn it over to Christine. And notice I've artfully avoided my laundry. And I'm going to sit myself right down here. And if Christine, I'm going to turn it over to you. Is that okay?
Yes.
And notice I artfully avoided my
Ready to turn off live?
Yeah, I'm going to finish live. So what I do to get off of the live, you guys, there's a finish button here. I'm going to tap that.
Where?
Oh. And it'll ask me at the bottom, do I want to save the video or do I want to delete the video? And if you decide that you absolutely hated the video and you thought, oh my gosh, I showed my laundry, I didn't want to do that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we lost Nanette.
You can delete it.
Yeah.
Whoever watching, can you hear me, Christine? So don't think just because you go live that it's stuck on there. You can delete it. Just know that whoever was watching you live was watching it, but you can get rid of it. You can get rid of it. The other thing I want to show you before I back out of here, let me, hold on a second. When you go, we put you in the alumni group, you'll see the different props. Okay, so I want to show you a very important thing here. When you go onto your Facebook page and you see your little live video, the way that you're going to save it to your computer, there's 3 little dots up here in the corner right above your video. If you tap that, it'll say save this video, and you can say yes, save it to my desktop computer. And then from there, you can edit, 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 and repurpose, repurpose, repurpose.
Yeah.
Are there any questions about what I did?
I think that worked pretty well. Nanette, there was overlap with sound, so people may not have heard everything. We're going to stick right here and just let you talk. Write us in the chat box any questions. Actually, you've all got your video, your mics are open now, so shout it out if you've got questions. And if that was hard to follow, we'll try to answer any questions you have about that process.
So Kit, I want to address you just really quick. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
As a realtor, how are you thinking of using it?
Well, that's what you did is exactly what I've done with a couple of listings where I took a tour through the house, and it just the angle is good. That was something that was resonant. This was, you could start with your face and then you're turning it around to the property instead. Obviously, you're not going to walk through with you only, but yeah, that was really helpful.
I would think, you know, because I on Facebook, you know, they have, I love the slideshows of the houses. I'm a sucker that always loves that. But I have always thought that it would be cool if you're going to be buying a house, you know, to engage with the person you're going to be buying it from, you know, or the realtor that you're going to be working with. And there's a guy that I follow who's a realtor out of Miami. I cannot tell you which, I don't know what company he is, but he is so good. He's so good. And, you know, you like this guy. And he's so consistent with what he does, putting himself on there just enough that you can see him and just enough that you know, like, and trust him. And then he takes you through these properties and you're like, okay, I like you. I like your taste. I like all this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So really
And
sold me on that.
the same thing goes for real estate, where people make a judgment within seconds, on a property.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, as
that's,
someone who looks at real estate sites as recreationally, as well as I've bought houses and looked at houses for the last year and a half.
you're not
I can
alone.
I can tell you without a doubt that pictures and video, if they're in any way poor quality, we just skip right through it. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
No toilets either.
Yeah, exactly. Or just weird pictures of doors, of closets or something.
Yeah.
That really doesn't help us.
Dirty laundry.
Right. Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, thank you, Erica. That's a great point. So, Kit, you've done video, but have you done it live from a?
No, I haven't. That's what I realized. I had to just use my phone, tape it, and then upload it to wherever I uploaded it. It must have been Facebook. And then I got response, particularly from people like in my office who saw it and responded, but I did it. They were laughing, and it was just, I wasn't that prepared. I just was winging it, seat of my pants.
Now
We're not going to do the basement. Basement's a basement.
Yeah.
Sort of.
But now you've got some tips on preparation to have you stay.
Yes, this is much better. This is much more professional.
So there'll be lots more of that kind of thing in the bundle that you're getting as a result of taking this webinar. I'm going to send you a link to that bundle.
Thank you.
For all of you. And Nanette, tell me if you've ever seen anyone doing this, broadcasting live from a real estate open house, an open house day. I think that would be awesome.
This guy does that.
That's the day I was doing it. I was at an open house and nobody had arrived yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was hanging on that house because it was like TV, home TV, but it was real. I mean, it was real. It was like, wow, it was great.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about the equipment Nanette was using or you should be using?
Not I. I don't have questions.
Yeah.
Erica, what were you thinking just quickly for how you would use it for your dog training?
So I've been wanting for a while to do the behaviors that I teach in my classes or in my privates to have a description, because sometimes when I go to people's houses or I do it in class, it doesn't always translate well, or people, they go home and they forget how it was done. So I would like to have something for them to refer to and how it, how the behavior or the exercise is executed. So I'd like to have little videos of each thing that I teach so that people can refer to that. And I think that would probably be best done stationary. So the camera is stationary, not on me. But
yes.
Things like, leash work and coming when called and that kind of stuff. I do some of that stuff a lot when I take my dogs out. I demonstrate, coming when called and stuff. And so you have the dog running at the camera, which is always really fun. I've started playing around a little bit with the slow-mo, just for fun stuff. So like when I take my dog swimming, I did slow-mo video of my dog shaking the water off, which was super fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I haven't been able to kind of coordinate putting together all those exercises that I have wanted to do. So I think that's probably where I'll start, although I really like the idea of a commercial. I've been talking to my 13-year-old daughter, my youngest daughter. She makes all kinds of movies with like her little toys, and she clips them all together and makes these amazing videos
of
and
course.
movies. And she does a lot of it in, there's like a app for where you can make movie trailers.
Yeah.
And so I thought it would be really cool if she helped me put together a commercial like you guys were talking about. So I think that might be one of my first things to try. I did, after the last webinar with you guys, I did make one of the slideshow videos for an ad and use that, and everybody loved it. So I just picked a bunch of pictures of, dogs that I had been working with, or, action shots or whatever, and everybody really liked it. So it worked out well.
Well, that's great. Erica has an advantage over all of us. She's working with dogs.
I know.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
you've got it. You've got it. And, I think, as a dog owner, having a YouTube series on games you can do to and different, I'm looking for it already, so anything like that, from somebody I know, like, and trust. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think what you said, your training, probably the really serious stuff has to be stationary, as opposed to live.
Right.
But you've got great potential there for a great mix.
Yeah.
Sometimes do live, and then on the lives, talk about all the recorded things that they could have.
Yeah, I've thought about doing some live in my group classes, so people can see kind of what the people are doing. But again, obviously I have to get permission from everybody in the class.
Yeah.
But I think that might be fun too, to see what classes are like, to show people, to sign up for classes. I did have a question. It's not necessarily on the video, but you guys use the secret Facebook group things.
Yeah.
I've thought about doing that for people that have gone through classes or lessons with me.
Yep.
But I don't know how beneficial it would be for me.
Nanette and I, coincidentally, we do a workshop on Facebook groups, but I think it could really be a way to nurture those people who already love you because they're already your customers. You think of it as a nurturing tool.
Right.
And to the extent that people love to learn new things, so you're going to help them do that. And from a business point of view, your question is, well, will they ultimately then buy the next thing that I have to offer, the higher level thing that I have to offer, to make it worth your while?
Right.
Yeah.
More often than not, it's referrals. I get so many word of mouth referrals.
Yep.
Great.
That would be helpful too. So, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll look for that then.
Yeah, groups are a good tool to think about, and that's why we do have a group for our video alumni. We're going to put all of you into it, I think.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Okay. What you have to do is make sure I have the correct email that you're using on Facebook, and I will find you and invite you to our alumni group.
Yeah, we post, you'll see the equipment that you can get, any updates and stuff that we find out, because this is changing all the time, we put on there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
What other questions? Karen, you're set out there. We haven't heard anything from you. Karen asked earlier, may want to think about releases if you're filming. Anyone else? Oh, Karen, yeah, extremely good to know.
Yeah.
A good reminder. If you are using other people to promote your business, you better have their permission to do so.
Yeah.
In writing.
In writing. Yeah.
Yes.
In writing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't really have any questions, but one of the reasons that I took this this webinar in particular is that I work for a human services agency, and we're looking to try to bolster interest in people becoming home care providers. And we're thinking about doing a series with successful home care providers to really kind of build up what what the benefits are, to doing that, because it's a lifestyle. So we're going to start with housing, and then branch out into our other the other aspects of our business, if you will. But that's going to be the first one, and we're already planning a multi-month schedule of different different websites. But I only know how to do that because I took, Christine, one of your other classes.
Oh, bless your heart. Did you? What was that?
And we're really just getting started. So a lot of the work that I'm doing right now is just the ground floor, if you will, and then we'll build from there.
Yeah. So in our bundle, you're going to benefit from the one that, did I do this? Are you in Nanette? Storyboarding.
That's you. That's all you.
That was me. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I just can't remember what I did. Storyboarding. And it's where you're going to plan out scene by scene, or you also, in your case, we've also got a planner in there where you're going to plan out, well, when are we talking about home healthcare, and when are we talking about lifestyle or whatever. So use the planners. That sounds like an excellent use of video, Karen, and you're well on the way towards being awesome at it. I can't speak highly enough about video, in case that's not obvious, since Nanette and I have been doing this for 3 years, but just this morning, my daughter sent me a video that was taken by the school her daughter attends in kindergarten. So my granddaughter in kindergarten, and it was just a 30-second clip featuring the kids and the teachers talking about their goals for the classroom and what they hope to get. And I was crying by the end of 30 seconds. So and, I mean, it was just we love each other. And it was all done on this and somebody who knew how to stitch things together. And it was awesome. And this is a public school. It's not a private school. They're needing to advertise themselves, you know, to get people to pay the money to come. It's a public school. People are going there already. They're just showing the culture of the classroom.
Well, that's some of the work that we would, you know, the intent is to go around to places like Mount Monadnock, where, you know, I'm at Mount Monadnock. I'm in the, you know, the whatever station at the bottom on this road and blah, blah, blah. Is this part of the charm of where we live? And other, you know, Pack Monadnock or whatever the ice cream at you know, in Peterborough, whatever the thing is, to give also community sense, talks on, but very short, they'd have to be, but on topics like mortgages or first-time buyers or other subjects that would help somebody.
Yeah, Kit, you can just do so much with video, just so much more than just talking. And Kit, I'm here to tell you, if you do that as a realtor operating in the area, you're going to be ahead of your competitors, because I'm watching them. And not many of them are doing video well.
No.
So don't tell them I said that, but
I won't.
Yeah, and you know, you're also too like what Karen was saying about, you know, she's selling a lifestyle.
That's right.
That is what you're doing as
Ditto.
well by doing that. And I think what's interesting about the texture of pre-recorded versus live video is so organic and so raw. And people just gravitate to the live video in a way that they don't with the prefab highly edited thing. So it's almost like you would be really well served in the field to do like an organic raw thing. Just keep it short, keep it tight, and then just kind of don't be too flashy, but just repurpose that, because there's so much slick real estate stuff out there. And it's almost like it's nauseating how slick it is. If you move to an area, you buy the house, but you also buy the community.
Right.
So I think you're on a great track for that. And like Karen is saying, you know, you're doing a job, but you're also, it's a lifestyle.
Well, yeah, and educating people too, to some extent. We spend a lot of time doing that because people don't know how to buy a house.
Yeah, well, that's a great way to think about it. Do an educational series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well, you've been a great audience. Are there any other questions for us here? Shout them out. Or as you're thinking, I'll talk while you're thinking.
So get the language for something like a release for a person doing an endorsement. I don't know. Do you know, Christine?
Yeah, if you do an internet search, you'll find one in an instant. Look for photograph or video permission, and you'll find templates you can use.
All right.
There is some, I mean, if you're selling something by using somebody else's face, you really should have that in writing. There are certain cases where a person's presence on your video implies consent. And so nobody's going to sue you about that, but best to be careful.
Gotcha.
Let's see. So at the conclusion of this, I will send you a link to what we call the bundle. It's 4 mini video tutorials that Nanette and I have put together, and 4 worksheets and a planner.
Really good.
Yep, and it's going to take you from awkward to amazing, because that's and it's a downloadable thing. You're going to have to go there, and it's going to look like you're buying something, but at a certain point, you're going to be able to plug in a code, and that code is called Webinar Free, and I will put that in the email to walk you through those steps. And once you get it, then you can download it. And once you download it, then you have it forever for review. And as you're doing that, we would love to hear about your impressions of those 9 different documents that you're getting, 9 different pieces of content. We would love to hear about them. And so if you like them, let us know. If you found glitches, let us know, whatever it is. Karen has sent the email, yay. And So you will get all that via by virtue of having registered for this webinar. I have your email addresses that I'll send you that link, and that'll come very instantly. And then tomorrow morning, you should get a link to the video version of a recording of this webinar, which will be interesting for the live thing, because you're going to have a couple of overdubbed audio going on there, but you'll be able to understand what we were doing there. And by virtue of having taken this webinar, do feel free to drop me an email later and say, what is that you said about that? You know,
Okay.
I'm happy to answer those things as we go on here. Any other questions there? Did you think of anything?
No, just how do you get the nerve to be on film? It's just mortifying.
Get the nerve. Yeah, well, that's
It's
where
true.
Nanette comes in. That's where Nanette comes in.
Yeah. And it's so, we all know what it felt like the first time we heard our voice on an answering machine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's practice, and getting to know how to hold the phone, and getting to know how to walk, how to talk, your pacing. And what you also find is that everyone is really rooting for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
They really are. And they're really happy to see you. So it's kind of hard to really muck things up.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. And, it's just have fun with it and let them see you, be yourself. Don't be some prefab thing.
Mm-hmm.
Be yourself, be organic, be natural. And you've got, all three of you have such great, cool things,
Yeah.
and so why not have fun with it?
Lean on the cool things.
Thank you.
Here's my standard line to answer to that, Kit. And everybody, my peers and friends hate it when I say this, but if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I'm a Norwegian Lutheran from Minnesota. And we are not allowed to stand out in the crowd. It's like against the rules.
I know that group.
So I'm one of those. So if I can do
I get it.
you can do it. And I
Thanks.
also used to be terminally shy. And you put me on a camera, I'd forget my name. I still do that. But it is a matter of practice, and gaining the confidence. And that's why one of the sheets in the bundle is about confidence on camera.
There you go.
All right.
Get over yourself.
And that's what it comes down to. We should have.
That's right.
Nanette, we missed a bit. We should have called it Get Over
Yourself.
Yeah. All right,
Thanks.
Erica and Karen, any other questions out there?
Just real quick, if I have the ability to have somebody else video for me, is that recommended, or is it workable, or not so much?
Oh, you mean shoot the video for you?
Yeah.
Behind the camera?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, go do that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Even if you've gone live, do that. It's just helpful to have another person in the room.
Right.
Nanette and I are adept at holding videos and putting them on tripods, but sure, absolutely have a camera person. We've
Okay.
with some clients served as camera persons. So
Yeah. It's just helpful to have another pair of eyes sometimes.
yeah, and if you're new at this, it's just a good thing to have another person in the room.
Coordination.
Yeah. Coordination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay,
else
great.
out there?
Nope.
No,
Last,
but it was lovely. Nice.
oh,
Good.
Well done.
thank you so much, Kit. If you people in Monadnock region could make sure that the snow and ice is gone on Saturday, I'd be grateful. I'm going north. I've been in Georgia for a month now, and I'm not ready. Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. No promises there.
Right.
Look for the links to the bundle very soon, and look for the recorded video tomorrow. I thank you all for joining us and signing up. And if you enjoyed this, sign up for some more. That we're always got something going on.
Okay, great.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.